people that have commented on my previous blogs have said handbags are never an investment, and welcome along to this week's video. I'm Antonia from Timpanies.com. Click here to find out all about us. Essentially, I resell luxury designer goods and I have done for about the last 9 or 10 years. Today I'm bringing you my thoughts on whether or not the Louis Vuitton Speedy bag is a good investment. Really love to hear your comments. Have you got personal experience buying and selling a Louis Vuitton Speedy? Has it held its value for you? Comment below. Other than that, guys, sit back, relax and enjoy the rest of this video. So I've made a few little notes here, do excuse me if I refer to them occasionally, but let's kick off with a little bit of history. After that we'll dive into some numbers and then I'll summarize what we've chatted about. So just a little bit of history. As many of you know, the Louis Vuitton brand has its ID really rooted in this idea of travel. So actually we can trace the roots back to the Speedy bag to around the 1930s. That's almost 90 years. I just wanted to kind of flag that because it is such a long time. It's got such an amazing history. In the 1930s, Louis Vuitton launched its Keepall. At that time it was called the Tient-Tout. That is my friend, I don't know if it's right, I gave it a go. And whilst the Keepall was great for kind of larger trips, it didn't necessarily cater to the smaller, shorter trips. So Louis Vuitton brought out the Express, and the smaller version of the Keepall, known as the Express, is actually what we call the Speedy today. So the Speedy was originally made in the 30s, but as you know now, you can find it in a variety of different sizes. And for those of you that don't know, the number at the end, so the Speedy 25, the Speedy 30, that actually represents the number of centimeters along the base of the bag. And in fact, the Speedy 25 that I just mentioned was first introduced in 1959 for Audrey Hepburn herself, who wanted a smaller version of the Speedy 30 that was currently in production. Now it comes in 4 different sizes and also the Nano as well. And in 2011, Louis Vuitton actually brought out the Speedy Bandoulière. Essentially, it is one that actually has a crossbody strap which comes with the bag. You've always been able to buy the crossbody straps to go on the Speedies, but I always think they did look a bit of an afterthought, and for the Speedy Bandoulière, it actually isn't an afterthought. It's kind of thought into the design of the bag, which I do think looks a lot better. And it also has a double zipper. It comes in different finishes. My personal favorite is the navy empreinte leather, which is so beautiful, and it has a kind of flash of red down the sides. I actually tried that on in Louis Vuitton the other day and really liked it. So enough of the background, let's dive into some numbers. So finding historical prices for the Louis Vuitton Speedy bag has actually been really difficult, as it has actually with all of the bag blogs that I've done so far. So the closest that I managed to find was for the year 2004, and I found odd prices throughout right up until 2018. It's a lot easier for the latter years. What I've essentially done is found as many different prices as I can and put them all into euros, and I made sure to use the exchange rate at the time, so in 2004 the 2004 exchange rate, and I've plotted them on a graph for you, and I've also popped them on a little table so we can see the percentage increase as well. So the earliest one, as I mentioned, that I could find was for 2004, and that was 412 euros. If we flash forward to today, the current price for exactly the same bag is actually nearly double that, 800 euros. Incredible price rise over that time. So why does the history alongside these incredible price rises over time make the Louis Vuitton Speedy such a good investment? Well, firstly, the fact that it's a classic bag and you can trust that they'll keep producing it. If you know that a bag will continue to be produced, it means if you buy it now, the chances are the prices will rise in the future and you'll be able to sell it for more in the future. A lot of people that have commented on my previous blogs have said handbags are never an investment, and I understand what they're saying. In the true sense of the word, most handbags are not an investment. But the great thing about buying an investment handbag is that quite often you'll be able to get many years of use out of it and then sell it for a price that is near on what you paid for it in the first place, meaning that you got those years of use for essentially nothing. So when I say, is that a good investment handbag, that is more often than not what I am referring to. So should we do a little example? If, for instance, in 2014 you'd chosen to buy your Louis Vuitton Speedy on the second-hand market, because buying something second-hand is actually a very clever way of buying for investment, because you lose that inflated price that you pay when you choose to buy it in store. So we're assuming that you buy it on the second-hand market, which will be about 80% of the current RRP. So in 2014 you would buy your Louis Vuitton Speedy for, say, around 512 euros. You've then chosen to use it for 4 years. You've kept it in really great condition, you've kept it clean, you've kept the dust bags, the receipts, everything, so it's still looking really smart. You could then choose to sell that same Speedy bag for around the same price, so 512 euros in 2018. So that's 4 years of free use. Alternatively, if you were purely buying for investment, you could choose to purchase the bag and not use it and then sell it for an inflated price 4 years later, thus treating it as a true investment. So guys, I've also written all of this down below so you can go and have a little look. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and hit subscribe if you enjoy having unpretentious chat about luxury designer goods. Other than that, I will see you here same time next weekend. Take care, guys. Bye.